Hey guys, what's up? It's Mihika and today we're going to be making some clay rings that I've been seeing on TikTok and Pinterest a lot over the past few months. Honestly, the trend came out like in March, I guess, but I don't know why, I just never got to making them, and I made a few of them a few days ago, and so I thought that I should try it out again so that I can do a sort of tutorial slash studio vlog sort of thing. And yeah, so let's just get into it. Okay, so I filmed a mini haul for this, but I lost the footage. So now here's just a picture for you guys to see all the items that you're going to be needing to work on this project. So of course, first you're going to need some clay. I recommend getting colored clay so that you don't have to paint it at all and don't have to worry about paint cracking or what type of paint to use, anything like that. I bought a packet of multiple colors, so there are 12 colors in this packet. I totally recommend it because it was also pretty easy to use and the colors are really nice and quite bright. You can see the orange and the yellow that I've pasted that I've put there. Along with that, I also got a bottle of satin glaze. You can use any type of glaze that you want, and you can also opt to not use it at all, but this helps seal everything together and give it a glossy finish, so I totally recommend it. Along with that, I also got some tools, the 3 green tools. I bought them all as a pack for $1, and honestly, you can find stuff in your house that looks similar to that and just use it. They're just to aid you and like to help bind the clay and stuff, so it's not too important, especially if you're trying this for the first time. Then of course the other things are just some paint brushes and some nail art tools that I had lying around, and an X-Acto knife. And under all of this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's an acrylic board which I also bought for $2, and this is actually quite helpful because then the clay doesn't stick to whatever surface you're using. I do not recommend using clay just plainly on your table because it could possibly stain your table, especially if you're using clay from brands that aren't really common. And I also tried using the clay on the cutting mat, which you can see, the green cutting mat, and it would often stick to it, and it's just better to have the acrylic board because it's just hassle free. So yeah, that's all you're gonna need. Let's get started. So the acrylic board that I bought actually came with this covering on the back and the front, which was so difficult to remove. I can't believe I was gonna make this video with fake like press-on nails just for the aesthetic. I would have struggled. Anyway, I think this is a very cool photo frame idea. So before starting any clay project, especially with polymer clay, just make sure you warm and soften it by rolling it in your palm for a little while, so that everything that you do is so much more easier. Okay, so let's just start simple. The first ring that I'm gonna make is a marble pattern one, and I'm going to be rounding it from the outside, but on the inside is gonna be flat, so that even though it looks chunky, it's still pretty comfortable to wear and functional. Okay, so now I'm gonna be making the chunky ass squiggly ring that everyone seems to love. I think that everyone notices this one first. I chose this beautiful purple color for it, and I think it was so worth it because the end result is just amazing. So I recommend having a cutting mat or at least something with a grid underneath what you're working, because that helps with the sizing of your squiggles. And yeah, it's not that hard. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. I just took two different sections of different colors and I twisted them around each other. Honestly, this one wasn't my favorite, but it is one of the easiest. So, if you wanna warm up to making these rings, I totally recommend doing this one. So this is a great tip for when you want to divide something into 3 parts, and I think you can guess what I'm trying to make. Okay, you guessed it wrong. No, you probably guessed it right. It is a braid ring. Honestly, at this point I kind of regret making the sections so thick. I should have gone even thinner, but I think, yeah, it looks so good. Just wait. Okay, so we have run into a problem. My SD card is full and I'm trying to transfer everything, and I can't even use my own laptop because, Apple things, I don't even know how to explain. Like, I cannot connect my SD card and my hard disk to my computer at the same time, and there's no place on like the actual hard disk on the computer. So I have to use my mom's laptop, and this is gonna take a while. So obviously the sun is setting, so I won't have like natural light to work with, and I will be using that. And yeah, so that's to explain the lighting changes. Okay, so now that you guys have gotten a gist of how these rings are made, I am just gonna go through the next few rings a bit faster. As you can see here, I am creating a blue ring. What I'm gonna be doing is creating a flat band so that the ring isn't too chunky and really easy to wear, and so that I can wear it, whenever. And on top of the band, I'm going to be attaching a heart, which is technically like the jewel of the ring, I guess. And this one is also pretty easy to make. I chose to keep it monochrome, but you can use multiple colors, you can go for the marble pattern, just do whatever you want. Obviously this is a creative project, so go crazy. This one has got to be one of my most favorite designs, and what I did for this is I took one color, which is blue, and I flattened it out so that it's a tall ring but it's still thin and easy to wear. And then I took some strands of green clay, so I rolled it out like really thin, which was definitely kind of tricky but so worth it. and then I laid it out on the blue background in some sort of squiggly pattern, and yeah, then I rolled it around my finger and then it was done. It's that easy. This is definitely my favorite. Just watch me say that for everything else. But genuinely, like, I love it. It's based on like this trend that I've been seeing a lot on Pinterest with like a heart in a heart in a heart in a heart. Like, that's what the design is. They're basically concentric hearts. And obviously our fingers are not that big that for us to make like a lot of hearts, so I just went with 3 and I used 2 colors for this, purple and green. Honestly, it's giving me major Nickelodeon vibes, you know, like with the slime and stuff. I should have totally thrown in some orange as well, but yeah, I love this one so much. I actually messed up the first time that I made it, but if this happens to you when you're working with multiple colors, just remember, you can always just make a marble pattern. Like, just mix it and make a marble pattern. Like, that solves everything. So I ended up making another ring because of that as well. This one was kind of like an on-the-spot design. I was actually trying to create a flower ring, so blue petals, but then I realized that the petals look more like raindrops. So then I went ahead and I created a cloud out of white clay and then put those together and formed a rain cloud, which then I connected to a band of orange clay. And yeah, I really love how the blue and orange contrast each other so well. The cute little babies are in the oven and it'll take about half an hour for everything to finish baking and hardening. I'm going to glaze everything off camera because I am very tired and I have to clean my room and that's not gonna be fun. Anyways, the glaze also takes a really long time to dry. I think it'll take about 24 hours, so I will show you the final result later. Also, if you are not going to be buying glaze and you're just going to be using nail polish, that is also okay, I guess. Honestly, I don't know what it's like months later because I've never used it. I mean, I have used it, but it's only been like 2 days since I glazed this one, so I don't know what it becomes like. If you want to do that, go ahead and The good thing about that is the nail polish dries within like minutes, so your rings will be ready much more quickly. But this time I'm trying to be a little more professional, so yeah, I can't wait. So this is what they look like without the glaze. Everything's been like hardened. Okay, so the clay rings are finally done. Technically not, I should be leaving them out for another 12 hours to dry, but they're dry enough that, oh, you guys already saw them. They're dry enough that I can put them on my hands, and yeah, so this is the final result. Look how cute. I love them. Obviously I have more, but I can't fit everything on my hand. Yeah, so that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please let me know if you guys want to see any more like studio vlog or clay related tutorials slash just DIY sort of videos, because I enjoyed making this video a lot and I would love to make more. And obviously I have a lot of clay left, so there's a lot of stuff that I can do. If you guys want to see something like clay jewelry, not just rings but maybe earrings as well as bracelets or necklaces or whatever, please let me know, because I enjoyed making this a lot, and so I'd love to make more videos related to that. And yeah, so that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.